Hey, good morning, everybody. Thursday the 29th, I believe. Yeah. And we got AT&T. AT&T is going through the neighborhood, and they're doing UVerse. They're putting in the UVerse fiber optic cables to everybody's yard. And what they're doing is they're going underneath everyone's driveway, and they're using that hydraulic machine or whatever. But they're also they're only doing like small stitches in the yard. Like they only dig up like a 2 foot by 1 foot area, and they dig down, and then they follow the line, and then they go through, and they just keep on going, and they just put the dirt back over it. They pound it down with one of them pounder thingies, and then put the sod right back over it. And they use these small tarps. So when they dig the stuff out, they're putting the stuff on top of these small tarps, and as they're moving through the yards, they're putting the yard back together like they were never there. I mean, absolutely fantastic job this crew is doing. I just thought I'd mention that. So, you know, just a little something when you guys are digging up plants or digging a trench or doing something. Remember to use some tarps. Put the dirt on the tarps. Cut the grass out with a flat shovel. Pull the grass up, and you know you could put the dirt on tarps, and when you're done, you can put the dirt back in the hole and put the grass right back on top of the dirt like you were never there. So that, you know, that can work out really good. Wonder what the cops are looking for. Copper wouldn't want to stop her. So yeah, looks like you guys are loving this new format, and I'm cool with it. You know, I mean, I have a lot of things on my mind, and mowing and business and stuff, so I don't mind sharing my thoughts with you guys. And you know, I'm gonna upset a few people, and you know, I expect some people won't watch anymore. You know, whatever. I can't not be me. I have to be me, and I have a lot of stuff on my mind, and I can use this channel that I've built, that I've worked toward, as a platform to say what's on my mind. And, you know, and I don't mean to use it as a weapon or to hurt anybody's feelings or to tell anybody that they're wrong or they're right or anything like that. But, you know, as I see things that are going on, whether it's business related or it's in politics or it's like yesterday, like this whole racial thing that's going on, you know, I'm going to share it with you guys. And if you don't like it, fast forward through it or X out. You know, I mean, there's plenty of other lawn channels if you just want to watch a mower go back and forth. Well, I give you that too, but there's plenty of other lawn channels that, you know, don't share their opinions with you because they just choose not to. They want to just keep it business related, and if that's what you want, then, you know, you can find that. But I want to do more than that with you guys. I want to share a lot of stuff. Hey, Johnny. There goes Johnny. I want to share a lot of stuff with you guys, and, you know, build a nice community, and you know what you're getting with me. And then when you could tie it all together, when you start to like really know me, then you can start seeing some of my business practices, and you can see how like morals and ethics and how everything starts to play a role, and how that's how you build your business. You know, you don't just get out there with a lawnmower and start mowing stripes or going back and forth or you know, stuff like that and build a business. You have to have a foundation. You have to have core principles. You know, you have to have a vision or business model, if you will, but, you know, a vision, what you want your business to look like and how you plan on getting it there. And a lot of that's going to come from your core principles, the stuff that's inside you, the stuff that you couldn't change if you wanted to. You could only fake it. But your core principles are still your core principles. And that's something that you need to recognize and you need to embrace. And that's how you have to build your business, whether it's lawn business or whatever you're doing. You have to be able to recognize what your principles are, your ethics, your morals, and grow your business with that in mind. That way, you're being who you are. You're being true to yourself. You're being true to your customers. You're being true to your employees or your contractors. You're not making people guess or wonder what they're supposed to do or how they're supposed to act. Your core principles are just that. They're your core principles. And in time, any one of you guys that follow me on a regular basis would be able to come to me here in Savannah and say, hey, what's going on? And you know exactly who you're dealing with. You know exactly how you're dealing, you know, or how to deal with me. You know exactly what to expect from me. and you know exactly what I should be expecting from you. And that holds true with my customers. That holds true with, you know, when it comes to dating and relationships and friends and neighbors. It's your core principles that are going to be on display 24/7. And there's no sense in faking it. And so I'm just sharing that with you. I'm not trying to upset anybody or hurt anybody's feelings or make anybody feel one way or the other. Although I have a feeling that my thoughts are the majority. I have a feeling my thoughts are still the majority. I don't believe that we are a victim nation that, you know, so many people are trying to make us out to be. So that's the deal with the whole new format thing. It won't be every day. I just have some stuff pent up that I've been wanting to talk about, so we talked about it. But I mean, it ain't gonna be business or politics and religion or anything like that every day. Maybe not even again. It's just depending on what I feel, how I feel at that time, and you know, that's what I'm gonna share with you guys. So you never really know what you're gonna get until the vlog is over, honestly. Except for the title, you know, maybe the title is going to explain some stuff. So I had a question yesterday. If I can remember, I'll put the comment up here. It was a question. A guy asked me whatever happened to the kid that threw the brick at my head, the angry ex-customer. We went to court sometime last year. I don't remember exactly when. We went to court, and because of his age, absolutely nothing was done. But I did get to address the court, address the judge and the family and the DA, and I did let it be known that they're choosing to not do anything with this troubled kid and this troubled mother and not get them help or like forced counseling or something. So at least that kid could maybe have a chance at a future instead of being stuck under the thumb of that disgusting woman. You know, that he will be back in court, and if it's not juvenile court, it'll be adult court, and it might not be for throwing a brick at a guy's head. It may be for far worse. So I said my piece, and the case was dismissed with no anything. But I saw it through. I told you guys I would see it through, that I wouldn't back down, and they tried to back me down. The letters that I got from the DA saying that we weren't going to be going forward with it, I still continued on and said I will have my day in court. I will not stop. So I kept the pressure on them to get to court and to get it on record what that kid did. And even though the charges were dropped, there's still a record of it. It may be sealed, but they could be unsealed for his next juvenile case. So that's what happened there. He basically got a pass, and that nasty, disgusting family went home. That's what they are. They're just nasty, disgusting, racist family. That's all they are. If you heard the tape, if you heard the video, you heard that mother, you know, white cracker this, and I'm gonna F you up, and all the stuff that she was saying in front of her little like 4-year-old little daughter and that 16 or 17-year-old boy. Disgusting family. So, but they moved. They don't live there anymore. They moved a long time ago. So, whatever. It is what it is. So that's the deal there. Today we got a pretty full day. So let's talk about my eyeball. Yesterday, around 4:30, all of a sudden, I felt good. It was like, whoa, what happened? Why do I feel so good? I'm not really sure what happened. My eye wasn't as blurry as it was, and I mean, it was like I blinked and somebody turned the lights on, and it was like, whoa, it's kind of nice in here. I can see, you know. That's the way it felt to me yesterday. And then my friend came over. We hung out, had dinner, and as the night went on, my eye started to get sore again. I started wincing again. Daylight started to affect me, or I'm sorry, light in the house started to affect me as it got dark out. So like light, dark. The light bulb started hurting my eye a little bit. Not too bad, but a little. I ended up going to bed after watching Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland. Pretty good show. I would say check it out, but check it out from the beginning. You gotta see episode 1, then episode 2. So episode 2 was last night, so you didn't miss much, but it's pretty good. ABC is a liberal station. Okay, we know that. There's no lying about that, and there is some stuff in there that I'm catching that they're trying to plant, like Muslamophobia, whatever the hell it's called, Islamophobia. So I don't know if you guys will catch it or not, but they're trying to plant seeds in our minds that racial profiling is taking place against Muslims. I don't think they had to do that with one of the president's aides, but whatever. I guess it makes for good TV, but that's how it begins. I'm just saying that's how it begins. You start seeing that stuff, you start recognizing it, you start realizing what they're doing to the youth in fake shows. They make up shows to make their reality real, and it's not necessarily a real reality. So if you watched episode 2, you know what I mean. That stuff's not going on in America, and it did not go on after 9/11. Not even close. Not even close to what they were showing, but whatever. But that's pretty good. But then I went to sleep. I woke up this morning, and I almost forgot to put my eye drops in because my eye felt that good. But I put my eye drops in, and now I'm outside, and it's hazy, and my eye's starting to bother me. I'm wincing again. I can feel it kind of watery a little bit. Not bad. I think it's just because I'm outside now, and my eye needs to kind of get used to it. So I have that little issue right now. But we should be okay. We have a lot of work to do today, and we have a good day today and a good day tomorrow. And what the hell is this truck doing? Go ahead and pass me. That dude was up my tailgate of my trailer, and I get over and start slowing down, and he's slowing down. Okay, go around me, dude. Kind of weird. So we do have a pretty big day today, and so we're going to get that knocked out, and then we're going to talk about some invoicing. So let's go ahead and I'll be back in just a little bit. Got to get in the gate here. worrying because my camera battery is really, really low. I forgot to charge the camera last night. So that's why we're separating the front yard from the backyard. so, oh shoot, hold on. Okay, I got you guys on my other camera now, my Nikon, or I'm sorry, my Sony point and shoot instead of my Sony action cam. All right, well, didn't really get to do anything with the backyard. Camera turned off so fast, so we'll just edit that part out. So we got the front mode, completely cut edge trim, blow. I did that for you guys because some people like mowing, some people like weed eating, you know. I've had requests to show blowing off the yards. So I'm trying to incorporate everything into my daily video, so everybody gets a little bit of something for what you like. And then again, remember, if you're not into the talking, if you just want the action, I will extract that mowing clip tonight or whenever, and I will post it as real-time mowing clip from yesterday's vlog, so that way you guys know that you're about to, if you click on it, you're going to be watching the same video that you just watched mowing if you watched this whole vlog. So again, I'm not trying to get like hinky or tricky or anything like that. I just want people, you know, to catch on and go, oh, okay, I see what he's doing here now. It's been 3 days. He puts a full vlog up, and then he puts up just the action. Okay, well, I don't give a shit about what this idiot has to say. I just want to watch him mow. I want to learn some things, or I'm really into it, or I want to hear that mower, or you know, whatever. Or you can say, well, I really don't give a shit. I listen to a lawnmower all day long. I don't want to hear a lawnmower when I come home. I want to hear Dan's thoughts on something. I think Dan's got a pretty good head on his shoulders, so I want to hear what he has to say about this topic that he just put in his title. So that's why we're doing the format that we're doing, okay? It's really hard for me to please everyone, and it's impossible to please everyone, but as a creator, I have the option to try. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make it where everybody gets a little bit of something, without me losing my mind to give it to you. So, but what I want to talk about right now, today, is invoicing on my way back to the house. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this video. I'm gonna rest my head a little bit more. I'm gonna shut my eyes for a little bit, get some darkness. It seems to be working. My eye's healing really, really fast, but it's starting to get really, really tired. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sit in the air conditioning. I'm gonna close my eyes and relax for about an hour and let my dogs out. Then I'm gonna come back up here, and I have 1, 2, 3. I have a group of two, and a single to do. And that will finish off my day with a huge day, and then that'll make tomorrow a nice day. That yard there, I'm going to be going back on Saturday and pine straw the front yard. I have a backyard to pine straw at another yard. I have a house to pressure wash. So Saturday I got work to do, and I'll take you guys along Saturday for that. It'll be some pressure wash and pine straw jobs. And tomorrow I have a pretty good day tomorrow. So a few things I want to talk to you about. You know that senior citizen couple I always tell you guys about, that I go way out there and I drive all the way out there because I love them and they love me, and you know, they look out for me. And well, I got a call yesterday, and the man passed away. So I knew he was in the hospital, and I wished her my best, and I sent her text messages trying to not intrude on her. You know, I am the lawn guy. But I did see vehicles in their yards, and his vehicle's been gone. And so she called me yesterday to let me know that he did pass away 2 weeks ago. It was really fast, and so that's a shame. That just broke my heart to hear that. So, you know, if anybody's a praying person, if you want to help pray him on up to heaven, that's fine. That's appreciated, I mean. So, you know, we talked a little bit. She does have an open balance, and she wanted to talk about that, and I was just like, you know, come on now, let's just talk about that at another time. You know, let's get yourself straight, get your life straight, spend time with your family. I'll be there Monday. You know, we'll get your yard serviced. We'll keep you on track. Don't you worry about the little things. We got that. You just take care of your family. So that just broke my heart. So I wanted to let you guys know that happened. And invoicing. So I said I wanted to talk about invoicing. So this customer actually just called me today, and she was a little bit nervous. She was like, hey, I saw on your invoice, you know, that you don't want the cuts to go more than 2 cuts without paying. So I want to make sure that I stay on schedule. I'll pay you. You know, I just forgot about it. I'll send you a payment on the internet tonight. I apologize. I was like, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You know, that's on there as default. But so here's the thing, guys. I have customers. Okay, I have 100 customers. Of them 100 customers, I probably have 20% that have a very large balance with me. And when I say a very large balance, I'm talking 4 cuts or more. That's a large balance to me. That's almost 2 months. Some customers are once a week, but you know, every 2-week schedule, you know, you're going like 2 months behind without paying me. Whether it's $10 or it's $100, it's still, you know, you went like 2 months without paying me. Now, with new customers, I will cancel them after 2 cuts, maybe 3, and I'll try to touch base with them and say, hey, you know, just watching your balance. I don't like it to get above 2 cuts because I don't want to compete with your monthly water bill or cable bill. So let's try to keep it down low. You know, 3 cuts at $40 a cut, $120 bucks. I'm starting to compete with some people's electric bills. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep the bill down for everybody. I want them to pay me once a month. They don't have to pay me every cut, but I want them to pay me once a month. So, you know, if they're a weekly lawn or a 10-day lawn, fine, I'll let it go once a month still. But if you're every 2 weeks, I don't want it going 2 months. That's just getting a little bit too long. Problems come of that. And, you know, customer be like, are you sure I didn't pay you for June? I thought I did. Can you show me that I did? And it's like, well, no, ma'am. Can you show me that you did? I can't show you that you didn't, other than the invoice that's in your hand that shows that you didn't. But if you can show me that you did, then I'll credit your account. You know, so I want to avoid all that crap. I just want them to pay me on the last cut of the month. Just go ahead and send me over a credit card payment or mail me a check or leave cash, you know, whatever. However you want to do it, that's how you do it. So I make a note on my invoice, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about, notes. I use yardbook.com, yardbook.com, yardbook.com. I use Yardbook. It's a free bookkeeping software service. It's online and it's all cloud-based, so you can access it anywhere in the world. You can log into yardbook.com, log into your account, and you can make payments, send invoices, do estimates, do scheduling. You could do everything. From anywhere on just about any device that has internet connection or data. You have invoicing, and you can make a template, and that template allows you to set default messages in your invoice, so you can put on there anything you want. So I have my invoice, and then I have default messages. You know, like some places will just have, thank you, we appreciate your business. Well, I have that too, but you know, I have something like, man, my eyes are killing me. I have something on there like, it says, if you wish to pay by credit card, if you wish to pay online by credit/debit card, please contact me either through email and there's my email address, or telephone, and there's my phone number. Please, and provide me your email address, and I will send you an electronic invoice. From there, you'll be able to pay, and that's what we'll do from now on. You know, basically that's the message. So a lot of people will get their paper invoice from me. Either I stuff it in their mailbox, or I leave it in their door, or whatever. And then eventually they'll be like, I'll get an email. Hey, I want to pay electronically online. Okay, great. And then I send them the email, and then that's done. So that saves time. So whenever you can do templates like that, that saves time. Another thing that I have on my invoice is additional services we provide. And then underneath that it says house wash, concrete and surface cleaning, driveway, sidewalk pressure washing, whatever, however it's worded. Pine straw, mulch, rock bed installation, tree trimming. I have all these things listed as additional services that are available. So every single time I cut my customer's yard, I send them an invoice. Doesn't mean I have to pay it right away, but every single time I send them an invoice. And every time I send them an invoice, they have a constant reminder of all the additional services that I provide. So they never have to wonder or shop around. And if anybody in their office says, man, I need somebody to come and trim my trees, then they could be like, oh, my lawn guy does that. It says tree trimming. Let me get you his phone number. That's 100% free advertising 100% of the time, guys. And that's what you need. Word of mouth and multiplying your efforts. And you're multiplying your efforts. It's, you know, we talked about it before, force multiplier. You know, you can go around knocking on doors and say, hey, I trim trees. Or force multiplier is every time you put an invoice out, you have that you trim trees. And so that's a force multiplier. You're constantly letting your customer know that there's additional services that you provide. With that said, this customer that called me today that was worried that I wasn't going to be doing her yard anymore because she went behind on her payments, and I was like, no, you're okay. You know, when you live in the neighborhood that you live in, I don't believe that you don't have the money, so I'm not too concerned with fighting your electric bill. So we're fine. You know, and we had a little laugh, and we're good. And then she said, I noticed on your invoice that you do pine straw. When can you do my house? And that's the house we just did. And I was like, oh, just the front yard or the whole yard, or what do you want done? She's like, just the front. I was like, okay, well, I charge $7 a bale, and it's a 10 bale minimum. And you're probably gonna take about 10 to 12 bales. She's like, perfect, when can you do it? I said, I'll be there Saturday. So boom, there you go, guys. I just picked up, you know, about a $40 profit job. It'll take me about 20 minutes to shake out about 10 to 12 bales of pine straw. And I'm gonna line that up when I do another job. So I'll go to the place to get pine straw. First, we're gonna run Saturday, but we're gonna, hopefully, we're gonna do a place, we're gonna go to the place, we're gonna get pine straw for 2 jobs, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna end up making about $100 and about an hour and a half worth of no work. I mean, it's just standing there labor. There's no machines, trailers, or anything like that. And then we're gonna do some pressure wash. Could I make more money? Sure, I wish I could make more money, but you know, pine straw is like $3 a bale. You charge $7 a bale to install it. That's 2 times the price. And then it's your customer, so it gets it done, and it, you know, whatever. For people that are not my customers, they might pay slightly more, but my customers, $7 a bale. Let's go, 10 bale minimum. Let's do it. Make a little bit of money. It takes no time at all, and you get paid as if you're like cutting the yard. It's about the same price and profit. So that's how I do that. So that's another thing on your invoice that you can use. Now, if you don't use Yardbook, if you don't use the internet, if you just use you know, like you go to Walmart or whatever and you buy Avery invoices, like the carbon ones that you got to print out and everything, you know, you can go to Office Depot or Staples or wherever, a print shop, and you can get stamps made. And you can have like a stamp made up that says, ask me about my available services, and you can stamp every invoice. And so it says, ask me about my available services, and then you have your business name and your phone number on there, maybe with a different stamp. So every time you pass out an invoice, they go, what other additional services? And they can call you. And so you just did force multiplier. Now people are calling you to say, well, what is this other service that you provide there, bucko? And you'd be like, oh, well, it just so happens I do lawn care and massage therapy. And they can be like, oh, fantastic. Can you come over and work out an injury? And you can be like, sure. What type of injury do you have? And then you can be like, no, really, I'm not into that. And then you hang up the phone. But that's a force multiplier, and that is good use of time, good use of money, and keeps people off of your yards. You don't want other services on your yard. You don't want them calling other services to do other things or to give estimates. You want them to very quickly say, I need mulch, I need pine straw, I need a tree trimmed. Oh, let me call my guy. Let me call my lawn guy. Maybe he does those things. Well, why would they do that? Because you put it in their head that you do those things. You have additional services. So that's a force multiplier, and that will help you in the long run. So just kind of wanted to get that out there. We've been doing a lot of talk about, you know, politics and stuff lately, and this channel's not going to be just about politics. I don't think about that, okay? I'm still business, but there are things that are going to be on my mind that we're going to talk about. And so today I wanted to give you that little tip. So we'll name that invoice advice. Invoice templates. How's that, huh? Or yeah, invoice template. Template invoice. Templating your invoicing your templating your customer. Ooh, if you could template your customer. Oh, I got a few I'd love to template. Man. Woo, I wouldn't be able to get through my day. How you doing? Want some lunch? So, creepy. I will I'm hitting my house now. I'm gonna go ahead and start downloading these videos, and rest my eyes for a little bit, and then we're gonna head back out and go do some work. I do appreciate you guys very, very much. Leave your comments below, and leave your questions, leave your comments, give a thumbs up, give a thumbs down, share it. Don't forget to share it. If something makes sense to you, share it on your Facebook. Do what you gotta do, get the message out. I really wanna grow my channel. I really wanna grow this community. And please don't be afraid. I see a few people are jumping in and answering questions that other people leave. That is great. Thank you. Keep it up. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I'll see you guys on the next one.